Bobby D, and I'm coming to you from Calamba, Cebu, Philippines. I'm having an awesome day in the Philippines today. Hope you are as well, where you're from. For those of you that are here for the first time, I want to suggest you click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you can continue receiving fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, worldwide videos also. Today, I want to talk to you about what are you bringing to the table in your relationship. In the Philippines, what are you bringing to the table in your relationship in the Philippines? Yeah! Such a joy to be back with you today, my friends. Today I want to talk to you about how foreigners, Filipinas, have a tendency to get into a relationship, but the foreigners sometimes have expectations that are maybe not so good. Foreigners expect the Filipina to be on point. They expect her to be timely. They expect her to speak English very well. They expect her to be respectful. They expect her to be loving. They expect her to be caring. And they expect her to be 100% devoted to the foreigner. And then, in reality, sometimes it works out. But then again, more often than not, it doesn't work that way. And then, there are some foreign nationals that have a tendency to want a perfect relationship. What do you mean perfect relationship? Well, they want a relationship where they bring nothing to the table, but the Filipina has to bring everything. She has to go and work. But here, I want to tell you something, guys. A relationship requires a lot of work. And the work is not just one-sided. It's two people involved. So there has to be two people committing to making it work. W-O-R-K. Now, one of the things that foreigners need to understand is that whenever you come into a relationship, whether it be with a Filipina, whether it be with another American, whatever nationality, relationships require that both people bring some things to the table. And the things that you bring to the table have to be compatible with each other. So I would suggest, for those of you that foreign nationals out there, you guys that are trying to get a Filipina, you're not bringing anything to the table, you're going into your relationship and you may come out in a disaster. You're going into a relationship on an unrealistic basis. Yeah. You have to bring things to the table. You have to bring things to the table in order for the relationship to have a chance. Now, for those of you who say, what do you mean bring things to the table? Yeah, bring things to the table. The number one thing you need to bring to the table when you enter into a relationship with a Filipina or any other nationality for that matter is trust. If you're coming into a relationship with a Filipina and you don't trust them, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you're setting that Filipina up for failure. If the trust is an integral part of any relationship, whether it be a marital relationship, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, just friendship, trust is important. If you have no trust for that person, or you distrust that person, then you are destined to fail in that relationship. Trust is a two-sided thing. Not only must you trust that person, but the person that you're entering into that relationship with must trust you as well. It's a two-way street. It works both ways. Okay? Not only should you bring trust to the table, but you must be committed. Yeah, commitment. You have to make a decision that that person is who you want to be with. You've decided on that person and that person alone. You are committed to that person, to their ups, to their downs, to their failures, to their insecurities. You are committed to a relationship, a monogamous relationship with that person. Whether it's marital, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you are committed to that one person. That means you're not going to kick them out just because they mess up. You're going to commit. You're committed to be with them. So trust, committed. And then one other thing you need to bring into the table in the relationship is financial stability. You've heard it many times. There can be no romance without what? Finance. Yeah. Friends, I gotta let you know, if you have no money, you're not going to have a successful relationship. You cannot live off of love. And for God's sake, you can't live off of sex. Okay? Seriously. Now, money is important. Now, not to say that you have to have money in order to have a relationship. No. But if you want a successful relationship, whether it be with Filipina or any other nationality, money is important. The one thing you do want to look out for as you begin your relationship and as you bring things to the table is that you're bringing some finances, and and you want to hopefully that the other person is too. Now, when you're dealing with Filipinos, of course, many of them don't have finances as comparable to a foreign national. However, they should bring something to the table if you want a stable relationship. Okay, finances, both. It's a two-way street again. Not only should you have trust, not only should you have commitment, and not only should you have financial stability when you bring things to the table in a relationship, but you must have patience. Yeah. Patience. It takes time for good things to develop. So you gotta have time. Good things take time to develop and time to shape and form and mold it. And see, one of the problems is when foreigners get into a relationship, they don't want to take the time to wait on that person to develop. Getting a Filipina for a foreign national in the Philippines is very, very easy. So a lot of guys have this mindset, if you mess up on me, I'm kicking you out the door. And I'm going to say, next, yeah. I'm going to say, next, yeah. And get somebody else. But that is really cop-out because you're not being patient enough. You're not giving that Filipina time. You're not even giving yourself time or your relationship time to develop and grow. You gotta love. You gotta be patient. And you got to, she has to extend patience to you. And you have to be patient with her in order for you to make it successfully and in a relationship, ongoing, stable relationship. So, question for today. What is the one thing you believe makes a solid relationship go and grow? Leave your comments for me in the comment section of this video. And as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Bobby D saying take care, God bless, and peace.
A towering presence. Run like the wind. Be a king or a queen. A wife in the Philippines.